Dixie here. I've got a little something different for you today. This video is actually part of a collaboration with some of my fellow outdoor enthusiasts, if you will. And we're all going to cover the same topic today, but just on our own individual channels. So if you'll look in the information below, you'll see the links to their channels if you want to check out their video on this topic. So the topic is luxury items. So backpackers are pretty good about eliminating non-essential items from their pack. We all, though, have these few items that you don't necessarily need, but like for you need it. And so that's what I'm going to go over today. I actually have two luxury items that I'm going to talk about that I felt like, I needed and kind of gave me some sanity while hiking the Appalachian Trail. When I made it to Neal Gap, Georgia at the Mountain Crossings Outfitter store, which is the first stop if you're doing northbound thru hike on the AT. They did like a pack shakedown. They do that for every thru hiker and kind of go through your gear and make sure you're not carrying stuff that you really don't need. And there were only two items that they said, you could probably send these home, but it's not adding that much weight to you. And that's what I'm gonna go over today. Now, before I tell you what my luxury items were, let's go over what luxury means. So by definition, luxury is like the state of great comfort or extravagant living, right? You're not really doing that on the trail, and you might not necessarily be in like the best comfort you've ever experienced in your life, but there are certain things that'll kind of help you keep your sanity on the bad days. My first item was my Collapsible Sea2summit Cup. And I actually Googled the top 10 luxury items or comfort items that backpackers generally carry on the trail, and neither of my two are on there, which I was maybe kind of surprised. But anyways, one of the things that I really liked about it was the little tiki marks in here, so you can measure, like a cup, 3/4, whatever. So when you're dishing out your water for your pasta sides or your rice sides and your meals and things, you actually know how much water you're putting into it, where a lot of people just kind of, guess. So you don't end up with meals that are too soupy or too dry. The main reason that I needed this cup, and I say needed this cup, is because I am addicted to coffee. Like, I will go ahead and admit it. I have to have coffee in the morning or else you don't want to talk to me. So what I would do is I would boil enough water in my pot here and have enough for like oatmeal or whatever if I was going to cook that morning, and then enough for a cup of coffee, or probably 2 cups. So what I would do is pour the boiling water, put my instant coffee in my cup, pour my boiling water in there, and then drink 1 cup and come to terms with, that I'm alive and I'm here in this universe again. And then I go ahead and fix the second cup, and then I could mix in my oatmeal or whatever I was eating that morning, and that way I could eat and drink my coffee at the same time, because that's something I just like to do. I want to sip my coffee while I'm eating my breakfast. So for me, because of how I am with coffee, that was something that was very important to me and made me feel like, civilized. For the amount of joy and sanity that was offered to me by this cup, the 1.65 ounces of additional weight was totally worth it. And obviously, I was putting coffee in here and boiling water. You don't have to worry about the plastic melting. So these are awesome. The second luxury item I decided to carry with me during my thru hike was something that's kind of personal, but I'll share it anyway. It was my journal. So I've actually kept a journal like this, composition notebook, for about 16 years now. I'm 30 and I was 14 when I first started. The main reason I started keeping a journal is my biological father passed away when I was very young, and I don't remember him. And I always thought, I wish I knew his opinions on things, or his thoughts on things, or, what he felt, what he experienced, places that he went, things that nobody else knew about him but him. And I always wished that I had some kind of idea about those things, but, they're gone forever. And I decided if I had children and, I passed away at a young age, that I would want them to know who I was, in here. And so I started keeping a journal. You'll notice on the front here that I've got the "Don't Tread on Me," the Gadsden flag sticker, and then some different stickers from places that I, went along the way. And I don't know, it just kind of symbolizes, who I was at this time. And really, when I left Colorado and decided to hike the AT, it was a time of like personal liberty for me and creating freedom in my own life that I had never had before and that I needed. And so for me, my journal was kind of an outlet. On days where you weren't around anybody, it was somebody to talk to about, oh, today it rained, and I know there are probably several entries in here where it's like, today sucked, and that was all I wrote, and then it just signed off. So but also it allows me to go back and really realize how much I've grown, through this experience, because you see at the beginning kind of a more timid beginning backpacker, and then towards the end, you know, somebody who is much more seasoned. And so I think, you know, a journal is a good thing for anybody to keep, just to go back and learn from your mistakes, or see how you've grown over time, and especially on something like the Appalachian Trail. I mean, even if you don't journal, I feel like you should take one with you, to just maybe record certain memories, or maybe places you want to visit again, or where you stayed that night, or how many miles you hiked that day, or just, you know, things about your trip that you always want to remember. And then maybe someday it's something that your grandchildren can enjoy reading, you know, or whatever. My first entry in this journal is dated November 19th, 2014. Well, it's a done deal. I'm moving home as of November 30th. I've already booked the U-Haul and informed the landlords. I'm sad but excited all at once. I'm hiking the AT in April. No reason to be sad. I can go anywhere after that. Life is too short to be held back. March 30th, 2015. I survived my first night on the AT. I decided to begin at Amicalola Falls so I could hike the approach trail. Not gonna lie, the stairs kicked my going up to the top of the falls. My knees are a little sore. Day 3 was a success. The stink is real, I'm tougher than I thought, and there are a ton of good people in this world. July 2nd, 2015, Walmart in Pennsylvania. Totally stayed behind Walmart last night, packing up to head back to Sheets for breakfast, then to the trail. What have I been reduced to? I also kept things in my journal like the little permit you have to hang on your pack in Shenandoah National Park, leaves from Maine, notes from other thru hikers, postcards from New York City. So those were my 2 luxury or comfort items. And don't forget to click the links below and find out the luxury items of my fellow collaborators. And y'all also comment below, like, I'm curious, I want to see what are some of the things that you like to take backpacking with you that aren't necessarily essential, but to you they're kind of a necessity. And I hope y'all enjoyed that, and we will see y'all next time. Okay, so I am here at Amicalola State Park, and there's this nice little compartment overhead, so that's the opening, where you can put like a headlamp